and I were very poor, because the farm we lived on was often plagued by drought. To survive, we had to catch as much water as we could whenever it rained and store it in big containers. We used the water to grow vegetables and for us to drink. But within 2 weeks of standing around, the water's surface would be completely covered in mosquito larvae. It was disgusting, and to make things worse, my dad forced me to eat as many larvae as possible, always arguing that they were a rich source of protein. But I would have rather starved than eating insect babies. I was used to starvation anyway. I regularly went without food for more than a week. And while starvation is terrible for a child's development, I wouldn't say that it's painful. Rather, you just feel tired all the time. And I wasn't the only one who had to drink dirty water. 2 of my classmates from primary school died after drinking water from a dirty pond and getting diarrhea. Diarrhea was a common cause of death here in Central America. It can quickly deplete you of all your body fluids, and just recently, I read that to this day, 1.6 million people around the world still die each year because of diarrhea. Now you better understand just how poor I was growing up. The only valuable asset my family had turned out to be me. My mom had always told me how pretty I was, and at age 12, she took me by bus into the big city far away, where we visited a model agency. They took photos of me, and the cameraman even told me, "Wow, you are so skinny. I love it." Afterward, everything changed. I was frequently booked for photo shoots and was able to earn my family $1,000 a month. Suddenly, we had enough food to eat, but there was one problem. Until that point, my older sister Selena and I had been very close. Once, when she saw me being pushed around in the schoolyard by 2 boys, she asked her own classmates, who were much bigger than my bullies, to revenge me and make sure I never got bullied again. So when school was over, my sister's classmates pulled my bullies away from the street and into some abandoned warehouse. I didn't see what happened to them with my own eyes, but they must have been severely beaten up because they both ended up in a hospital for several weeks. One of them even suffered a permanent knee injury. I know that because he's limping to this day, which serves him right. My sister Selena made sure I was safe, but family relationships are complicated. You can love your sibling and hate them at the same time. And once I became the breadwinner for my family, doing photo shoots almost every weekend, my mom started giving me all her attention. She told me, "You are so pretty. One day you'll be rich and famous." And meanwhile, she completely neglected my sister. It was obvious that I had become the favorite child. I didn't know how much my sister was hurting until Mom told her to skip school to help prepare my makeup for a photo shoot. That's when she suddenly started crying. I asked what was wrong, and she, without looking into my eyes, pushed me back on my chair so violently that it fell over. My head bounced off the ground and I had a serious concussion. I was shocked. Was she really so jealous of my success? Just because I was a successful model and she wasn't? Didn't she see that if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have any food on the table? I got so mad at her, I felt like setting her room on fire. But then I remembered something. Today was my sister's birthday. We had forgotten about it because of my photo shoot, and that's why she was so angry. I panicked and ran to my mom screaming, "Mom, we forgot Selena's birthday. It's today." Who cares about her? All that matters is that you look good for your photo shoot. I hate to say it, but I think my mom just stopped caring for my sister. Later that day, I wanted to buy my sister a birthday cake. My mom was reluctant, so I had to bug her for a whole hour to change her mind. Unfortunately, it all ended badly. I gave my sister the first piece of cake. I wanted this to be her big day, but when I went to have a piece too, my mom told me, "No, you can't have cake because you have to stay thin. Let your sister become fat as she wants to." My mom was so mean again that Selena ran out of the room crying. And to make things worse, my mom started eating my sister's birthday cake herself, one piece after the other until it was completely gone. Meanwhile, I went to my sister telling her I was sorry. She responded, "I should cut your hair off and throw acid in your face. Then you'll be as ugly and worthless as me." Don't be silly. You aren't ugly and I love you no matter how you look. My sister wasn't listening though. She pinched me really hard and said, "Tell the truth. Tell me you think I'm ugly or I'll pinch you harder." It really hurt, so I told her, "Yes, you are really ugly. Thank you for being so honest, but if my life is ruined, I'll make sure to ruin yours too." In the weeks that followed, she bullied me non-stop. She locked me into the bathroom so I'd be too late for my photo shoots, and she kept waking me up at night so I was tired and ugly on the photos.